Okay. Right. Well, first and foremost, let's pop inside our little hab here. Tonk. There we go. Right. Let us do a little bit more building in here. There are a bunch of stuff that I would like to do. We want it to be in build mode. And specifically, right, we've got crafting benches. I can put a research lab, spacesuit workbench, cooking station, industrial workbench. We're not going to put any of those. We're not going to put any defenses in here. A robot, maybe. We can start making this place a little bit nicer, but this is basically the entryway. And so I wanted to have more of an industrial look and then spread out to other habs that have more specific function. So I don't want it to be too much. Maybe a bench, though, wouldn't be terribly bad. A bench right here. Or maybe I could have a bench inside. Sort of a rest spot right there. Tonk. Got stools, we've got all sorts of beds. Don't need any of those right now. Decorations, we've got pictures, like storage boxes though. Storage crate, I need structural. I can maybe make those. Dartboard needs ornamentals. Utility cart, hand cart. Got all sorts of bits and bobs, but I do want storage in here. Displays, a weapons case, weapon rack. Could put a weapon rack on the wall, for example. Backpack stand. So I could put things in here specifically. For that, I'd need adhesive and polymer. Oh, that is not what I meant to do. I wanted to look through the variants. That's quite cool. Weapon rack. Okay, we've got quite a decent amount of them. Weapons cases. And for the storage boxes, much the same. Got a bunch of different variants. I like that. Are any of them possible for me to build? Or do they... No, they all need the same thing. I might be able to make that, though. We'll have a look. Miscellaneous. Scan booster. We've already got that cargo link. Right, here we are. The mission board. So I've got the self-service bounty clearance board. So in case I've been a bit of the naughty boy in the eyes of the various peoples, we're going to have one of these. Tonk. So I can come here to clear my good name. Then we can have a regular mission board. Tonk. And then a not regular mission board. Tonk. There we go. We now have access to all of the missions from this one place. Absolutely fantastic. Now, there's a couple of other things that I want. I want a cargo link outside. So let's zoom out. No, not cargo link, sorry. Landing pad. No. Oh. Isn't there one that connects? Oh my lord, that's so loud. Let's have a look. Powered switch. There we go, transfer. I'm starting to think that I should have built this much further away. Yikes. Basically, this looks like a little bot that moves out from the... Like, if you look at it, it's got wheels. I think this delivers. Build this to allow transfer of cargo while on board the ship. So basically, I could be on the ship and transfer cargo with this location, I think. I think that's what it means. I'm not 100% certain about it, though. I'm gonna be honest. If anyone happens to know for certain, please do let me know in chat right now. Oh my god, that is way too loud, though. Ugh. Does anyone know how that particular system works? Also, Dr. Slime IV, the fourth IV. Slime IV. An IV full of slime. Thank you very much for the 39 months, mate. Did I already work out how to swap the walls for windows? Well, not with this one, but yes, you can make hydroponics ones, yeah. I remember reading about that system and finding it not relevant to my gameplay, but darned if I can remember it now. I think it was some sort of automated deal. As far as I understand it, it lets you transfer the container's inventory to your ship without having to grab them yourself. Then that is absolutely worth us having. So I'm going to place this... Maybe I'm going to tuck it right down in here, if I can. And find the secret spot. Looks a little bit out of place though. So maybe I'll just align it with this. About there. Thank you very much for the info though, Nine. Get something about there. Come on. I know you can do it. I will get this. There we are. Perfect. Tonk. You can easily transfer items between an outpost and your ship by building a transfer container. To fill the transfer container, create outpost links to it from extractors and build... Oh. So... Do I have to have things feed into that now? It's not quite what I was looking for, I'm going to be honest. Let's try and get this right up next to this. There we go. Right, so this is going to be storage for warehouse stuff. Let's pop that down. And I can just build off that. I want a place for gas storage. That can live over here. That down. I'm going to want solid liquid storage. This can live perhaps over here. Come on. Don't play silly buggers. Let's get this right in there. About there. That'll do. Very nice. No. Why, ship? But trying to kidnap me while I'm trying to place things. Rude. Rude. So rude. Painfully rude. It's going to be annoying. I could perhaps just have them stacked over here then. It doesn't really matter where I put them. As long as it makes sense for it to look a little bit industrial. That's what I'm going for. I find to kind of get exactly the right position, you sort of got to go at an angle. There we go. And then we want solid storage. Solid storage can live... well, I mean, solid storage could just build off anything, more or less, but... Let's try and have this at the back. Good enough. Tonk. There we are. Alright, so the Starfield was supposed to be survival, but they removed it because Tested said... no... what was it? Said no... It wasn't any fun for them. I don't know about that. The problem with survival games is they really do need to be built to be survival games specifically. And it can be a bit of a chore then. I'll pop that down. Can I not connect at the top? There we are. Liquid storage. There. And I think that's it for my storages. Okay. So, now that we've done that, I can start linking things together. So, this is dropping off into the output storage here, I believe. So I want to interact with this in some way. Modify mode. Create output link. There we go. Mouse 2. I want to connect there. Actually, mouse... let me delete that one. I want it to always go to the... Well... Actually, that isn't a bad one. If I connect it to the top and then down from the top to the bottom. Now, likewise, I want to create an output link from here to this one. Then from this one to this one. If anything is brought over here, I want it to be shared out. There. And down here. But now this is where all of this stuff ends up. Though how do I factor it into the ship? Because if this... Build this to allow transfer of cargo while on board your ship. Does this mean I can dump stuff out of my ship into this or take things... Let's actually have a look at that. Because that is going to affect what I do next. How does this work? Transfer. So inventory, frontier, transfer container. Okay. But then what is the question? Can I stuff from here? Cargo hold, F. Inventory. Oh, I can just transfer stuff between or to the outpost. Okay. So I guess the question then would be, do I want this place to receive from the ship or dump to the ship? I could make this basically the landing pad where I pick things up from, but realistically, I would imagine I would be more likely to be delivering things to the outpost than taking things from the outpost. If that makes sense. It's a bit of a tricky one, actually. I guess I could make an input-output one. So one is for input and one is for output, but would I be able to do that? Would it know how to use that properly? Like, can I have one for dropping things off and one for picking things up? Separate to one another. Outpost, move, delete, output link. Transfer container. Oh, okay. I think this might be the only one. Yeah, it looks like there is only an output link. Alright, well, what we could do here then is I could allow this to pull resources off my ship and dump them into the outpost itself. There is use in that. And that would allow me to do all of the crafting here at the outpost. In fact, I'd be able to automate some of that crafting. And then when I want to do things like modding my stuff, I can come here to do it. Just rewatched the final goodbye scene of Sobek in Horizon Zero Dawn. It's so good. Oh, I'm glad that you enjoyed it, Sir Nido. Hey, Desakun, thank you very much for the 38 months. And Skillsa, thank you ever so much for the gift sub. That was incredibly kind of you. What do you think, chat? Should we make this a drop-off location specifically? Right now, I think that makes the most sense. Don't all crafting benches automatically pull from the ship stores anyway? I don't know if they're... Like, the ship has a limited cargo, whereas this, I think, has a significantly higher cargo. Actually, on that note, how big is this cargo capacity? 200 mass. Oh, my ship is actually larger. Mine is 140. Yeah, my ship is significantly larger. Though, that being said, I've filled it up. I gave up and made a spaceship with over 4,500 pounds of cargo space. The Outpost storage are pathetic. Okay. Let me go and have a look at some of my expanded storage. Does it actually say what they're... how full it is? Because almost all of them do, but apparently not. Yeah, 75. So in total, this is only 150. This is already full. As is that, actually. Gosh, darn it. Yeah. I mean, it's just all pumping down into here, which is kind of a pain. You'd kind of expect that the storages would be a lot bigger. But alas, no. So maybe I really should make it so that just everything gets transferred into the ship at the end of the day. Surely if you link the outpost storage to the transfer containers, it wouldn't matter if you use it as a drop-off or a pickup. Well, yeah, it kind of would, because the containers are directional. So for... Oh, hello, Creed Stalker. So, for example, if I had the output container linked up to one of these storage, it would try to dump... Sorry, if the transfer container, it would try to dump whatever is in it into the output, into whatever containers I've linked it to. And then if I link another container back to it, then it's just going to be circular motion until everything is full. But then I wouldn't know what would be accessible by my ship. Yeah, the game does seem to have a fairly small storage values, to be fair. It's not the best in that regard. Not the best. Oh. There we go. But ultimately, I think what we're going to do is probably have that... Oh, damn it. Deposit into the storages here and do all of my crafting from this place. Yeah, this is still somewhat full thanks to the ridiculous amounts of aluminium that I'm bringing in from the other place. And I am massively overburdened with all of the stuff I'm carrying. And I need to stop huffing all of that CO2. Is there somewhere in the perk system access to larger storages? Maybe that might be true. You get bigger storage, but you need one of the outpost perks for better modules. Yeah. Okay, so how big is the larger storage that you can gain access to, out of curiosity? We are going to create an output link. I guess what I could do is I could link it up to the input here. Oh no, I'd have to link it to the output, so I'm just going to have to link that there. I'm just going to have to do this for each one, basically. Link that there. Doesn't actually show me the direction it's linking, sadly. That there. And this one over here. Is that the top one that I linked to? It is. There we go. Now, this one also needs to do that. So, make an output link. Over there. the gas storage also needs to link up to... Yeah, it'll be this one. There we are. Alright, so now everything is linked up correctly. I should be able to do this. So in my inventory, drop all of this off. And everything from the frontier as well. Container is max capacity. It's got any more room? It might have a little bit more room. No, it's not. Okay, fair enough. Okay, so everything is now available to this outpost at this point. Which should mean that by being here, I'll be able to access all of the materials for building. We'll have to see, but let's have a look. Can I build anything? Yes, I can. Okay, perfect. We need more power, though. My god, why do we need so much power? Are we really that low on power? Oh, did I run out of... Oh, right. Right. You know what I've done? It's probably I'm no longer delivering power to my generators. So I'm going to delete these connections. And I'm going to connect this up down there. This one as well. I'm kind of surprised though how little power we're generating. Let me have a quick look at what we... That produces 6. Each one of these is meant to produce 20. And then the solar power produces an extra 6. Yeah, so right now neither of these are turned on. Go and have a look at them. Activate. I mean, it looks like it's turned on. Operating cost 2 of 1 helium-3, so they should be generating power? We should have all of the helium-3 I need for it, yeah. I'm just going to see if there's any in the storage over here. Yeah, there's 3% helium-3 here, so that should be moving on, and also some fluorine. I'm going to have to be very careful that that doesn't get full up. Also, as I add more storages, the re-linking is going to become a pain in the backside, but it is what it is, I guess. Right. But we clearly need more helium gatherers, so... And I lack membrane for that. Is membrane something I'm going to be able to make, I wonder? Let's have a look. Can I make... Actually, let me go to... Simple Fabricator. I should probably have a gander, because you can set up this to produce things for you, effectively. Possibly even have a wall of them, if I really wanted to. Do I want them at the back or at the front? It really does depend on where I put more habs. I can build all of the habs right now. In fact, I can even build the military hab if I really wanted to. Build a round hab. There's a couple of different hallways, apparently. Got hydroponic hallway, science hallway, military hallway, industrial hallway. No. Science hab. I could make a hab that has visibility outside. I think that would be kind of cool. And we could branch it off there just so that I can sort of see everything if I wanted to. I wonder if I could build up. And I wonder if I do, would I have ladders inside? Guess there's really only one way to find out. Sure. Can I build up from that? No. But there is, if I recall, a double wall? Yes, so I could technically build up using this. I guess. Can I make it go up though? Sort of, but not easily in the right way. No, up, go up. How do I get you to go up? There we go. So I would technically be able to make it so that I could have potentially go out on one and then come in on the other above that. But it doesn't really serve a purpose there. But that is something that we could do. Can't make membrane, but you can farm it from animals. Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff I'm going to need to farm it from. Absolutely. We do actually need more power, though, interestingly. So let me just go ahead and do that. I could build another wind turbine. Now, the thing with the... Well, actually, the solar generates power all day, every day, I think. I don't think they limit this one, thankfully. Let's try and position this right. Right in. It is going to be tricky. That's just a little bit out, isn't it? I genuinely wish there was some grid system for this. But that'll do. That brings us up to full power, though. Can't fit in a third. Shame. I can probably fit one over here, though. I wish there was some sort of antenna I could stick up here, though. Not gonna lie, that would actually be kind of cool. And I line this up with that pattern on the... Oh, wait. That isn't even centered. Why would you do this to me? Oh, it is kind of centered-ish. No, it really isn't. Why would you do this to me, game? Scallywags and scoundrels. Oh, well, we'll just keep it with the two on the outside, because at least those are centered. But yeah, I can build some fabricators. However, they require how much power? 5 power, which is more than I... Well, no, I've got way much power now. Oh. Oh, I see. Now I've got the full power. All of the helium extractors have just kicked in again. So we're now pulling in the correct amount of helium. This requires... currently... Is that the only thing I can make? Adaptive frames? I mean, it's not necessarily a terrible option, but... I would have expected me to be able to make more things. I'm going to guess there's more things that I can make with it. I just need to go and interact. Builders can create a variety of items, but require resources in order to do so. You can change what a builder creates using the attached console. In order to provide the builder with the resources it needs, create output links from its extractors or other sources of resource. To create an output link, switch to modify mode using blah 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 blah. Okay. Can I interact with you? Do I really need to go down there myself? Oh my lord, okay, fine. Okay. What can I make? Is it literally everything? Looks like. Okay, cobalt, nickel. Isotopic coolant. Reactive gauge. Zero wire. Alright. So we can make a bunch of the stuff that I need. Alright, we'll leave her on adaptive frames for now, since I'm going to need a stupid amount of them. But I wonder... My concern is that this thing is going to just be cranking them out forever. Not necessarily the worst thing, but also not really the right thing. Let's create a link down here, I guess. And for this in particular one, I'm going to want to grab the bottom one, because that's the one I'm linking everything up to eventually, and link that over here. Alright, it's got all the aluminium and iron it needs, and all the power it's going to need. Now we're back down to just having 38 power. These are very... inconsistent. But this just does the job for now. I think I will add one more regular power thing. I'll build another wind turbine. I'll tuck that... Oh, well, you know what? Let me try and line them up over here. There, and then one here. This is not how you'd want to build wind turbines, by the way. But it's how we're going to build them. Since I've got so much cobalt and nickel. And, frankly, crazy amounts of aluminium. Industrial wall. Oh, it's an industrial wall light. I was thinking light as in a small version of it, but okay. Damn it. Yeah, it's just a light. Okay, well, I mean, I could definitely have those over here. Want to tuck these in, maybe? I'll get this to fix properly. This is going to be finicky as all get out, isn't it? Yeah, I don't think I've got the patience to try and fix that anyway. But, right now, we are at least producing, or should be, the frames. Let's go and have a look. It's already 42%? Okay, oh, actually, never mind. No, this would have dumped from the cargo that I moved from the ship as well. Okay, that's not actually as awful. But yeah, this will just slowly make things. Is there anything else that I'd be able to make out of the stuff I have here? I mean, I've got the cobalt and nickel to make isocentered magnets. The aluminium and the nickel to make the mag pressure tanks. I'd still need the reactive gauge, though, to be able to make the monopropellants. That I could already do. Well, no, I haven't got the copper. Fiber cosmetics. I've got a decent amount of cosmetics, actually. Tau grade rheostat, zero wire. I mean, eventually we'll have all sorts of things here. Lots of stuff like growing animals and plants and stuff as we scan them and learn them. Alright. Let's head back up to our ship. I think... oh, actually, before we go, we'll pop into the new hab building, just so you can see what it's like. Can I make weapons at an outpost? Yep. Well, you can mod them at the very least. Ah, look at that. Beautiful. We can make this into more of a living space, perhaps. I'm not going to do it right now, but it is something that we could do later. Right now, though, is there really nothing that I can do as far as building the crates is concerned? I don't think there is. I can make weapon racks, but that's not what I want. I really want the storage crate, so I'm going to need to get structural. That being said... ooh. I could add in some workbenches. I could add in some workbenches. And the research lab if I really, really wanted to. Let's go for the industrial workbench in here. Since this is an industrial space. And I'm definitely not going to be having anything on that wall. I'm fairly certain. Yeah, because that wall faces out there. In fact, these two walls are safe for me to put things on. So given that, let's go ahead and pop in a little bit of something something. Right, at least get it to rotate right. That'll do, I guess. Don't come on. Can I? Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Can I? No, that's still not what I meant to do. No, I can't make that item. There is nothing different with this. Sad, I cannot make structure. So I'm going to need to find that elsewhere. Right, given that, then I'm going to add it to my list of things I want to track. So I remember to get it. So, track. Structural. Do I want to build anything here along the lines of space mods and weapon mods? Have I actually got that in my ship? I think I do. So I'm not going to build that just yet. But eventually we will. Right, I think that's going to be it for us doing Outpost stuff for at least the next little while. Well, until I get distracted by it again. Whoop. Let's get over here. And in. Sorry, Vasco. Not really. Good morning, Auntie Lad. How you doing, mate? Does the bench allow you to get XP? That is a good question, actually.
As the hero of Vectera, you need your own comic book, your own cartoon, your own theme song. We have got to make this happen.
Chat, is it time for me to pop the fan on an outpost?
I heard you're fluent in over 24 verbal and body languages.
It is definitely time that we put the fan on an outpost. I've decided based on that dialogue option alone. Alright, so we're not actually yet done. So you were right to be terrified about this not actually being it. I'm not gonna lie, playing this and dealing with these airlocks makes me want to play Stationeers on stream. Right, okay. Look, I'm not gonna be horrible to you, the fan. You will at least get a nice place in here. In the well-lit part. But I do need to find the crew station. Is it? Oh, crew station, here we are. Right, this is where you're gonna be sat for now, the fan. If that is indeed your real name. Actually, should we have the crew station in here? Because this is kind of like the work area. Where's that one's the living area? Yeah, let's just pop it there. Pop. There you go. Your crew station allows you to assign crew to your outpost, which can provide various benefits depending on their skills. I mean, the benefit is that they're no longer on my ship. I will also give you some furniture, because I'm not a mean person, or at least I very much try not to be. We have a better bed than this? That's a bit Spartan for them. Okay, let's have a look at the beds. Bed, cot, various cots. Got sleeping bags. Actually, the futon does not look bad. Office desk, partition, cabinet, wall shelf, wall shelf, refrigerator. That'll go in the kitchen area. Do you want a nice? Oh wait, no, we can't. We can't have the foot of the bed face the door, do we? Because that makes it a death room. Chat, remind me. Foot of the bed facing the door. Bad news. Stationeers, you say? Anyone else here hearing Dapper Mars Base? And by Dapper Mars Base, I mean a place that's about as chaotic as a famous Space Station 13. And in recognition of the similarity, I would like to preemptively declare Cargonian independence. Ah, the marvelous kingdom of Cargonia. Many a time have I both been a citizen of and a member of the forward shock troops trying to quell the Cargonian rebellion. Truly, Space Station 13, so amazing. I thought it was the head to the door. Oh, hail Cargonia, the land of stolen things. You know what? I'm just going to give you your bed over here then. On this side. You can sleep right next to the window because I'm sure that's fine. Or I could maybe use the partitions to give you a little space. A wooden desk? Fancy. We're going to put the futon in here. It's fine. Side on will do. Tunk. And you can have a little table. It does need to be. Side table. Bar table. Coffee table. Where's the tea table? Where's the tea table? There's a table. You know what? It's the fan. I don't think this is actually even necessarily inappropriate. There you go. Enjoy the fan. This is your life now. Interact with this. Sit on the chair. Oh, someone wanted me to check if I could rest on the bench. Can I get experience points? Yes, no? Let's wait for an hour. And then get up. And see if that's affected our character at all. Okay, well, it was worth checking. Right then. Let's go and get the fan over here. Hey Vasco, thank you for standing guard, mate. I suppose I should put some defenses here, but the fan can handle themselves, I think. I've given them some decent equipment. Right, so do we go to crew? There we are. What? Oh, that's right. We did pick you up. EM weapons and marksmanship. Was the Adorian fan is actually good at scavenging, weightlifting, and concealment. Sarah Morrigan, shield systems, EM weapon systems, neutronic fusion, laser beams, botany, leadership, astro dynamics. Right. Adoring fan, you're now going to live at Are You Serious Outpost. And so that you're not super bored all the time. Okay, do we give the adoring fan Sarah or Vasco as company? Vasco. I mean, they got shield systems and EM weapons. Not that we use EM weapons, actually. We use particle weapons. Which one is more likely to shoot the fan by accident? Rude. He's good in the ship, and Vasco is less likely to strangle him in his sleep. That is true. So Vasco, you're moving over there. There we go. Can I get you on the frontier? There we are. So Sarah and Mora are now both on the ship. At long last, after so much time, we are now safe. Safe from the fan. The ship is no longer dangerous.
I'm literally following
what?
in your footsteps.
Why are you still here?
Right now.
No! Leave!
So cool.
Okay, fine. I'm going to go and check that you have moved, and then I'm going to go back to the ship. You in here yet? Gosh darn it, where are you? Hurry up and get over here, the fan. If that is indeed your real name. Also, heyo Nucrium, and welcome Raiders. You've just arrived to us doing a bit of outpost building. There is much yet to be done, but this is our outpost. There are many like it, but this one is ours. It is... well, I'll go through a little bit of a tour in a moment, but how are you doing? How was the stream, Nucrium? What did you get up to? Isolation oubliette building here. Look, okay, I may or may not have built this base so that I could get rid of the adoring fan without having to, you know, like, space him. Because that would have felt a little bit too mean. We have exiled the adoring fan here. The galaxy is now at peace. Also Vasco. Vasco now lives here also. He duplicated. So he could be at both places at once, says Akira. Please no. Please, please no. But how are you doing, mate? Thank you ever so much for the raid. Let me drop a shout out. Maybe without caps. What the heck? There we go. Peeps, if you're not already familiar with the Grim, please make yourselves familiar by hitting that follow button at the top of chat right now. A fantastic content creator, a wonderful streamer, and someone you absolutely should already be following. I'm sure they'll forgive you for this slight oversight as long as you correct it now. But what were you playing, mate? Was it a little bit of cyberpunk, perhaps? But as for our outpost, whilst I'm waiting for you to reply, we have been doing a little bit of smartening this place up. This is currently the destination outpost of our 2 outpost chain. The other outpost is gathering, I think it's aluminium. Was it cobalt? No, it was beryllium and europium. That's being delivered here. This place is gathering iron, helium-3, and I don't think we're currently mining the other resource that's available here. But we are currently turning some of the aluminium from the frequent trade ships arriving, and the iron that... Oh, what the heck? Vasco, really? Rude. And some of the iron that we're mining here into adaptable frames, which are being stored over there. All of the offload is going into various storages. It's available to the ship. We've built this habitation area with a couple of little bulletin boards that we can use. The self-service bounty clearance board, the mission board, and the constellation mission board, so I can pick up all kinds of little missions from here. Eventually, we're going to be turning this into a bit of a hub. Whether it'll be the final destination in our chain of buildings, I don't know. But the plan will be to, for now, make this into a bit of a hub. So we'll have all kinds of production buildings and such going on here. But our goal ultimately is to have lots of different outposts all feeding into one final outpost, which can do a lot of different manufacturing jobs. Oh, you're playing Songs of Six? That's fantastic news. I was playing Songs of Six. Actually, the last stream I had was Songs of Six. Really, really been enjoying playing that lately. It is absolutely marvelous. How have you been finding the tourist update so far? I have yet to do anything with tourism, sadly, but I'm sure I will eventually get there. But I'm loving the updates to just like the kind of the overworld interaction, diplomacy side of things. For the record, transport chains from outpost to outpost doesn't work right. You get too many bottlenecks. Speaking from experience, if you can make it work, I'd like to know. Well, I mean, one of the big problems is that there's no filtering of resources, so everything gets dumped into a single storage, and eventually that backs up, and then it halts everything. I love Songs of Six. Can't believe what the dev has been able to do with. Yeah, no, it's come a stupid long way. Every update adds so many new systems to it. I forget what they're currently working on, like what the focus of the next big update is going to be, because this one was like all things Kingdom, and they have done so much with that. Oh, fantastic. We've gotten rid of the Adoring Fan. Hooray! Hello.
Thanks for taking the time to talk. I wanted to ask you about the artifact you found on Bethesda. When you pulled it from the rock, held it in your hands for the first time, how did you feel?
We will get to that in just a moment. This is going to mean that she's going to get a bit sassy with us for not replying. But, yeah, I've absolutely adored the Kingdom update. And actually getting out there, forming alliances, having proper wars. And the degree that you can now manage the different outposts is amazing. Like, having to balance the workforce at distant outposts with their building capacity and the administration, that has really, really opened the game up. It feels a bit more like a grand strategy game now in a way. It's still a little ways off from that, but there is so much more to do now on the overworld, whereas before it was very surface level only. It was fun, but I'm not being silent here. You're just ignoring the fact that I'm talking to chat. Rude of you, frankly. But it was fun enough to just get your armies out there conquering, but there really wasn't that much to do with it beyond that. It felt very, very surface level. But now there is so much to do. Like each of the outposts that you've got, each of the claimed regions, you can genuinely get in there and proper, get into the blood and guts of how they work, and it's so engaging. Let's see. I had visions, heard sounds and music. It's difficult to describe.
No, I don't think you understand. I know about the visions, the light, and the music. How did you feel inside? What were your thoughts?
Oh, okay. Nookroom says, nice, I haven't really made it to Outposts yet. They are super fun to play with. I will give you, if I may, one bit of advice, however. It took me a while to realize that this was probably the way it was intended. From what I can tell, the AI either don't have the same kind of limitations with the need for administration points that you do, and as such build up their outposts very, very heavily, or they have, like when you're conquering an outpost, to you it's an outpost, to them it's a capital city, so it just works a bit different. But when you conquer a place, okay? I strongly recommend you read over the buildings and get rid of anything you can't afford. When I was first playing with it, I was like, oh, I'll just leave it as it is and then I'll add buildings on later. No, that led to very many riots. And I couldn't, for the life of me, work out why people were so upset. It's like, but I haven't changed anything. Word to the wise, be very, very... take your time and read what the buildings do and also what they require to operate. And you may find yourself having a much more smooth experience than I did the first time I was playing around with Outposts. It really confused me. But once I fully understood the system, and especially once I built up to the point that I got administration points myself, it started getting more interesting, let's say. But yeah, definitely consider stripping down any buildings you can't afford to pay for, especially if you conquer early on before you actually get like to 1,000 pop. You need to have administrators of your own. Right, mind and body were out of sync. Powerful, like a raw energy was coursing through my veins. It was like being instantaneously pulled across the entire galaxy. It was so overwhelming, I can't remember the thing. Let's go with this one. We'll go with, like, the gunslinger sort of being pulled up from the rose.
Oh my goodness. That must have been terrifying.
It was a bit more exhilarating than anything.
When it comes to the artifacts, it never ceases to amaze me how the science, well, simply fails.
Okay. I'm sure there's a perfectly rational explanation for them. Why didn't you bring this up back at the lodge?
Honestly, I wasn't sure how you'd react. Some people would consider what you went through a deeply personal experience.
Fair. That is fair. I have no problem being open about these things. Honestly, I really think you're overselling this whole experience. Flirt. Oh, God. Oh, no. I wouldn't call it personal. It was scientifically fascinating. I want to share all my personal experience with you. No. We're on an important mission to save the galaxy. My lord, can't we just keep it in our pants for 5 seconds? I have no problem being open about these things. Yeah, so many flirt options are so blunt and awkward. It's like, I wonder if the people who are writing the lines for the flirt options and stuff have actually ever flirted. And if so, if they've ever done it successfully. Because I'm going to be honest.
Hello?
You know, I've been around, you know, and I've been into people and been kind of testing the waters. I don't know if maybe by most people's standards, my flirtation is incredibly nuanced and subtle. But being this brazen, it's just, no. No, you kind of angle towards that. You don't just go, ha, I'm here, surprise! It's like, my goodness, that's a great way to not get where you're trying to get to.
Good. We need all the help we can get. The artifacts are so different.
They're also trapped in a basement, the Bethesda basement with Todd. That's true, Periapsis.
Spoke to you. Quite the mystery.
I definitely felt like it was trying to communicate. There's a solution to all this out there somewhere. Even if we could answer, what would we say? When you say it spoke to me, what exactly do you mean? I definitely think it was probably trying to communicate, or even if that communication was just like an info dump, but maybe communicate is a bit much. Even if we could answer, what would we say?
That's an excellent question. You'd think after years of gathering data about the artifacts, I'd have the perfect answer to that. But I haven't the faintest idea.
This whole experience must be incredibly frustrating. It certainly is a unique obsession. Perhaps you're not getting enough support from your colleagues. What sort of data have you gathered? Is this the only project you've been working on the console? Let's ask what sort of data you've gathered.
Not much, I'm afraid. All I have to show for my efforts are eyewitness accounts, scores of inconclusive metallurgical test results, and wild theories.
Okay, well, I mean, theories is a good place to start. Noin said, Aavak, anyone who sings against a skeleton horse to defend their booze is on a different level than us mortal. I see. It's just Welsh flirtation is just a different beast entirely. I get you. Yeah, okay, I can see it. Yeah, it does make sense. This whole experience must be incredible, blah, blah, blah. Is this the only project you've been working on at Constellation?
No, not at all. There's so much going on there, I can't afford to divert all of our resources, but I have classified the artifacts as a priority project.
Okay. Well, we are still somewhat role-playing this, chat, even though the game has done its darndest to throw our role-play course off the tracks. But I don't think that my character would really ask these questions. I mean, that's just stirring for the sake of causing drama. Calling it an obsession might be offensive. Thought experiment must be frustrating. I don't know, that's kind of a negative viewpoint. Well, I will take this one, I guess.
Does that really surprise you? A universal mystery left unsolved for God knows how long? Oh, I've been dreaming about solving this puzzle from the beginning.
Well, we'll get to the bottom of the mystery together. Never mind the dream. Think of the fame. I'm still not convinced there's a mystery to solve. No, there's definitely a mystery to solve, and I'm not a fame chaser. Well, maybe I am, actually. I can't remember. It seems so long ago that we were deciding on our Neon City street rat come cyberneticist. We'll go with that one.
I knew I picked the right person for the job.
Oh, you liked it. Okay.
Look, I wanted to thank you for taking the time to talk, and for keeping an open mind. And I also wanted to say, well, I'm pleased we're on this journey together. It's the best decision I've made in quite a long time.